Hello everyone, welcome to CommerceNet Scholars. I hope you all are perfectly fit and fine and you are being regular with the studies. In today's video, the topic that we'll be starting up is SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India. We'll understand today that how was SEBI established, what is the composition of it, what is the structure of it, and at the same time we'll understand what were the objectives that for which SEBI was established and what are the functions it serves. So let's start with today's video and understand some few important points about SEBI. Talking about SEBI, an introduction to it, it stands for Securities and Exchange Board of India. It was formed after the Indian Parliament Act was passed as the SEBI Act 1992 in response to the Financial Services Assessment Program. So basically SEBI was established after the SEBI Act 1992 was passed. SEBI was actually established in the year 1998 but was given statutory power in 1992. So initially, if you talk about establishment, although it was established in 1988, but the statutory powers that it had to achieve to commence its working, it was achieved in the year 1992. With the growth in the dealings of stock markets, lot of malpractices also started in stock markets, such as price rigging, unofficial premium on new issue, and delay in delivery of shares, violation of rules and regulations of stock exchange, and listing requirements. Due to these malpractices, the customers started losing confidence and faith in the stock exchange. So Government of India decided to set up an agency or regulatory body known as SEBI. Basically, whatever dealings were done in the stock market, a few malpractices were adopted in it. Either there was a delay in the timing of the delivery of shares, or the prices were raised to a large extent. There were speculations. There were a number of malpractices that were going on in the stock markets. So to put a curb on these malpractices, to properly regulate the stock market, Government of India decided to establish a statutory body that can regulate the business of stock market in our country, and that can actually have a watch on the stock market, on the working of the stock market, and make whatever necessary steps have to be taken for its proper regulation. So this was the basic you can say need as for which the SEBI was established. Now talking about the organization's structure, we have the we'll discuss about the management of the board, which consists of a chairman, two members, one from amongst the officials of the Ministry of Central Government dealing with finance, and second from the administration of the Companies Act 1956. First we have the chairman. Second slot comprises of two members, one of which is from the central government and the second one is from the administration body of the Companies Act 1956. One more member from the Reserve Bank of India, any official from the Reserve Bank of India, and five other members, whom at least three shall be the whole time members to be appointed by the central government, and five other members will be appointed, among which the three will be appointed by the central government as whole time members. Next, we'll talk about the objectives of SEBI. The primary objective of SEBI is to promote healthy and orderly growth of the securities market and secure investor protection. The objectives of SEBI are as follows. The basic objective, the prime objective of SEBI is obviously the proper and orderly regulation of the securities market, the stock market within our country, and ensure that no malpractices have been adopted and the investors are not violated on their rights. Whatever benefits they are reaping, they are not violated, they are not deprived of it. Herein we have three basic objectives that are served by SEBI. The first is to protect the interest of investors so that there is a steady flow of savings into the capital market. When the investors are satisfied, when the investors are sure of their saving, whatever investments they are making, they are sure of it, it's but obvious that the flow of savings that we predict in the capital market will be of a better value. Next, to regulate the securities market and ensure fair practices. The securities market regulation work is entirely vested in the hands of SEBI, and it ensures that no malpractices are adopted. There are fair practices in the regulation of the securities market and the stock market. And the third objective says to promote efficient services by brokers, merchant bankers and other intermediaries so that they become competitive and professional. Whatever services have to be provided either through the brokers or through the merchant bankers or any other form of intermediaries through which the investors are making investment into the securities and the stock market, those channels should be helped to provide efficient services so that they become more competitive and professional in approaching more of investors and ensuring that there is better flow of capital, there is better flow of savings into the capital market, so that the investors can get a better return on the amount that they are investing, and whatever practices are adopted in the securities and stock market that are fair and do not violate any needs of the investors who are investing money in the market. So this is all for the introduction of SEBI. We'll discuss a few more points about SEBI in the next video. I hope whatever we discussed today is clear to you all. Till then, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.